All right, so you're new to investing and you don't know where to put your money in. Today I'm going to be talking about 4 platforms that you can actually start using to invest. Now, all of these I'm going to be talking about individually, but I will be leaving a link in the description down below if you guys sign up with any of these platforms. Now, if you guys do that, then you're going to be entered to win a free stock, and that stock will be BlackRock. Now, this is an $813 stock at the moment. It's a really, really huge company. And again, if you use any of the links below, for any of these platforms, then you'll be entered to win this free stock. And I'm going to be doing this stock giveaway at the end of May. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's a really highly expensive stock and I have to pay for that. So that's what I'm doing. And like that, I can assure that, people are actually going to be using the platform. So enough of that. Let's start with the video. All right, so the first platform we're going to be talking about is Robinhood. Now, why do I like Robinhood? Robinhood is honestly one of the best platforms for new investors. Why do I say that? Because they make everything very simple. As you see here, it has your equity up there in your investments. It tells you your percentages of the today, of the after hours, and here you can click. It tells you how much you've been up for the week, for the month, for the 3 month, all that good stuff. So honestly, guys, it's a very simple way to actually keep track of your money. Now, right here, you have your buying power, which tells you how much money you actually have that you can actually use to buy companies and, buy shares of those companies. Also, when you actually buy shares of companies, it's very, very simple. You just put trade, you put buy, and then you put whatever you want to buy, right? And that's a really cool thing that Robinhood does here. Also, the thing I like is that they have recurring investments. A lot of platforms do not do that. So this helps the automation happen a lot smoother. For me, I do daily recurring investments. So I put in a certain amount a day and it just purchases them for me daily. So like that, I don't have to worry about when I need to buy the shares or put in money, all that stuff. It just does it on its own. Another thing I do like is something like Drip. Drip is it reinvests your dividends. So like as you see here, AT&T is going to pay me on May 3rd, $64.62 of dividends. So what's going to happen here is that once they pay it, and then they're going to reinvest that dividend back into AT&T, and it's going to buy shares automatically. So like that, it could easily compound on its own. So that's all the good things that I like that a lot of other platforms do not have. Now, Robinhood, the reason I do like it is because I've actually had it since about 2015 or 2014, somewhere back then. And the reason I got into it was because I used to have Fidelity. That was the first account I opened up, and that was back in 2009 or 2008. And the way I was supposed to be investing back then, they had an $8 fee. So the way it happened was if I wanted to buy, let's say, one share of AT&T, then it was $31 plus the $7.99 fee. So if I wanted to buy one share, or if I bought 100 shares, I had to pay a $7.99 fee. So what I had to do is save about like $1,000 to $10,000, and by a big chunk like that, I would only get charged one in a fee. And like that, Robinhood came with this commission free, which made it easy where you can just, click on a button, swipe, and boom, you pay nothing. They do get money by, selling your information and all that stuff. For us long-term investors, we don't really have to worry about that. So that's the only thing. But honestly, Robinhood is the best platform for new investors. I know a lot of people had a lot of controversy with the whole GameStop and AMC thing where they were limiting shares. I understood what they were doing. I didn't really held anything against them. I mean, it's what it is, They're just a platform, and these big corporations have them under a string. So, I mean, they have to do what they have to do to survive. But at least at the end, Robinhood is still a great platform. They did change the whole game. And for me, it's honestly still the simplest, most best way to invest in. So let's jump to the next platform. All right, so this platform I've been talking about so much, and this one is Acorns. Now, Acorns, I completely love this platform, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. Now, for me, okay, the first thing you have to know is that you do have to pay for it. Now, if you're a student, it's free, okay? So if you're a student, use the link in the description down below, and you can still sign up for free if you're a student. They have the light version, which is $1, the middle service, which is $3, which gives you the spend smarter, the later start today, and the invest for your future. It's the investment account. The later is the Roth IRA, and the spend is your debit card, your checkings account. The $5 gives you the early for kids, which means you can invest for your kids, and I will be doing that once I have kids. But Now, people are saying, wow, I don't want to be paying $36 a month. I mean, $36 a year or $12 a year, but it's free if you're a student. So I'm telling you, you won't regret that part. But for me, I pay $36 a year and I don't mind. Why don't I mind? Because in my bank account, I used to actually pay fees. And it just got so expensive where, I was losing money. So I decided to actually close out my bank account. I put in whatever I need here in my Spend Smarter, and the rest of the money I make, I put it in an investment account. So I put it in my Fidelity account, and like that, I let that money grow. So the thing that I do here, especially on Acorns, is because everything rounds up. I put it in my invest feature. So like, let's say if I buy a coffee for 50 cents, the other 50 cents, it rounds up to $1. And then the 50 cents goes to my invest for your future. And I completely like that. Like that, it automatically just starts growing that money. And I've actually had this since, as you see here, I've had it since 2016. So what I've done before is actually grown this to 10,000, and then I take it off and put it in my Fidelity and start all over again. And that's honestly a great thing to do. For me, I'm actually planning on keeping this long term now. Before I was like, I can do better with my money, but honestly, seeing the potential here that Acorns has actually grown my money really, really well. And I do not regret, not putting money in there. I should have left my money more long term, and they would have done a lot more than I would. So again, like I said, I do have my checkings account here. So what I do here is pretty much put what I spend a month. Okay, so every month I just dump in money, and I'm gonna see what I spent. I do my insurance, everything I do, groceries, all that stuff that I'm gonna use for the month. I put it in here. I use it all up, and then I just keep refilling it, okay? So every time I get paid, I put it all in my Fidelity account, invest it, and whatever I need, I take it out, or I get my dividend payments and put it in there. And honestly, guys, this has worked well for me. And like I said, the fees are not a worry for me because I know at the end I'm making more money than I'm paying. So as you see here for the future, they do have this little, prediction thing that I love. By 69, I'll have 106,000. I'll probably end up having more. But, this is what it kind of projects. Most likely, it'll end up being more. But I like the companies it invests in. It invests into like Google, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, Google B stock, Berkshire Hathaway, all that stuff. So, I mean, it's a really good, aggressive growth portfolio, which, is safe. And that's the thing I do love about Acorns. And I'm telling you guys, I was a dumb kid when I started this, and I should have just left my money in there, and I would have had a lot more. And I've seen people that have actually had it for longer than I have, and their portfolios are insane right now. And it's money that they don't really have to worry about. So for me, right here, I have my Roth IRA. I'm just putting in $5 every Monday and letting it grow. It's money that I'm not paying attention to. And same thing with my invest. I mean, I have 399 now, and I started over a month ago, and I didn't know I've been rounding up like that. So, I mean, it's just something that, like I said, I'm not paying attention to. I'm just going to let it grow. And then whenever, I'm about 60 years old, that's when I'll look at it and be like, okay, hey, this money has insanely grown for me, and time to live off of it, right? So that's one of the good things about Acorns. I'm telling you guys won't regret it. Acorns is honestly a place for new beginners because they'll do all the work for you, okay? And again, like I said, even with the light version, it's amazing. I use the Spend Smarter a lot as my debit card in the checkings, so that's why I don't mind paying the $3 a month because it's completely worth it for me. But yeah, this is this application I'm talking about. Let's go to the next one. All right, so this third application is Fundrise. Now, the first two, Robinhood and Acorns, invest in the stock market, right? This is you buying shares of companies and then giving you interest or giving you growth in those companies. And like that, that's how you make your money. It's never going to be a sure thing. But in the stock market, it's always a risk. Depends what you invest in. If you're a safe investor, then, you get into dividend stocks and you make money from those dividends. Again, like I said, those companies pay you interest, and this is how you make money. Now with Fundrise, it's a completely different story. Now for me, I just started. It's a $500 portfolio. That's the minimum you have to do. So that's one thing you guys have to understand, that the minimum to start this portfolio, you have to have $500. Now, why do I like Fundrise? Fundrise is actually one of my favorites right now. My girlfriend has actually had this for the last few years, and she's actually put a good chunk of money in it. Now, she's actually had some good returns here. And the thing that I like about Fundrise is that it's not in the stock market. It's invested into real estate. So what Fundrise does is that, hey, you put $500 in. What they do with those $500 is they buy properties, or they, purchase debt, stuff like that, and they put your money in that. So as you see here, my money is barely going to start growing. I just started this portfolio, but again, I've gone through my girlfriend's, and she has over $100,000 in there, and she's been, seeing really great gains. So as we all saw the pandemic last year, we all had issues in the market, right? The market crashed and we were kind of unstable. What happened with her Fundrise portfolio? Nothing happened. Now her returns slowed down a bit, but then they picked up. So she never even lost money. She just kept her money in there. She started getting paid. She was still getting paid a dividends, and she was still getting paid. Her equity was still going up. So, I mean, this is straight real estate. So, like for me, I ended up putting $500 in here, right? So this is all I own. You get me? They tell you, okay, we're going to put your money in all these projects, and this is what you own. So, that's a really cool thing about it. So you can click on it. It tells you all the information here, and it tells you, hey, this is where these locations are at. So that's one thing I do like about it a lot. You can click on here. It tells you where the locations are, 4 properties in Florida and 6 properties or more here in Texas. I can't really see it that well, but that's the good thing I like about that. They invest, like I said, into real estate, and what they do is that if the property goes up, then your equity goes up. Or the way you can do it is that the way you get paid dividends. Someone rents out this home and they pay the rent monthly. Now, because of that, they take some of that profit and they give it back to you. So you're getting paid that money back. And this is the way it works. Your money doesn't really depreciate as much. But like I said, you do put your money into actual real estate. In the stock market, you don't. If you buy into like realty income or stuff like that, you're buying into the company that's buying into the real estate. Here, you're buying into the real estate directly. And that's the really cool thing about this. Now, for me, my goal is to eventually get this to about 100,000, maybe even more. I'm going to see where my limit will be. But again, at the starter portfolio, I'm going to see how it goes for the next few months. I've seen my girlfriend's portfolio, like I said, and she's just had many good gains. Now, the thing that they do here is that they do charge a little maintenance fee. So what that means is that, let's say, it's pretty much advised that they'll be giving about a 9 to 11% return, and then they'll take 1% of that. So if you make a 12% return, then they'll charge you 1% and you'll make 11. But honestly, guys, you do not pay attention when you're actually making gains. And also, guys, if you actually use the link down below, then you'll get 3 months of uncharged fees. So again, check out the link below. This is the way I'm kind of helping you guys, and this is the way you're helping me out. But yeah, guys, like I said, this is a really great platform. Like I said, you will not regret joining these platforms. They're really great, and I'm investing personally in them. Like I said, my girlfriend is investing $100,000 here in Fundrise, and I was like, what is this? I was skeptical about it. I was like, man, I could probably do better in the stock market. And so far, she's done really well. She's averaged a yearly return of about 10%. With that 1% fee, she's averaging about 9.5%. So her returns are still really good, guys. And I'm telling you, it's something you will not regret. It's a good way to diversify all your money. And that's why I recommended these different platforms. So like I've said, guys, Robinhood, Acorns, Fundrise are great platforms to jump in. And what about Waybull? Guys, I'm not going to talk about Waybull. I do not like Waybull. I've used it. I've tried it. They've even contacted me to sponsor them and stuff like that they'll pay me if I talk about Waybull and stuff, but I just don't like it. I'm not going to accept the money of something I don't believe in. I love Robinhood. I've had it for the longest time. Acorns, I fully support it. And Fundrise is becoming one of my favorite applications at the moment. So again, I have my money diversified into these 3. I do have Fidelity as well, but I'm not really going to talk about that because it's a similar platform like Robinhood. So again, Robinhood, Acorns, Fundrise, guys, use the links down below. I'm not going to leave a link for Waybull because, again, I don't like Waybull personally. I've used it. People say it's better than Robinhood. I do not believe so because it does not have a drip program. It does not have, the same tools that Robinhood does. Robinhood makes things very, very simple for investors, and Webull doesn't. You know, Webull, you have to actually be in the market to actually purchase stocks. With Robinhood, you can be like, hey, I want to purchase a stock, and they'll be like, okay, we'll purchase it in market open at this date. Webull does not have that. So Webull has so many flaws with it. I mean, it's an okay platform. It's not the worst. I still use it because it has tools that I can use to actually do research on certain companies, but overall, I don't have mostly any money invested in there. I pretty much took it all out because I just don't really like the way it is. Webull is something I don't recommend. A lot of people do recommend it, and a lot of people have come back to me saying, hey, I thought Webull was good, but it's not. I hated it. I mean, I hate it too. I don't like Webull, so I mean, it sucks for me to say it because I thought it was going to be great. I mean, I've had it for a while. I've had it since 2017 or 18 or something like that. And I mean, I just haven't grown to like it. Robinhood has honestly been the easiest platform to use. Acorn has been money that I just don't care what I throw in there. It's money that I'm not even paying attention to. Fundrise is something that I'm excited to actually put in a lot of money because my girlfriend, again, like I said, has made so much money from it. And it's just a great, great platform, guys. I'm honestly telling you, Fundrise, use the link down below. And I'm telling you, once you guys set it up, again, like I said, there is a $500 minimum, but it's money that's going to be growing for you. And like this, you're very well diversified. Robinhood, I have my hands in there. You get me? I'm investing into companies that I think are going to do good, and I have my hands into everything. Acorns is money that I just don't pay attention to. I throw my money in there and invest into companies and funds like BOO and, you know, BTI, stuff like that. Is just something I just let it happen, and it's growing on its own. Fundrise is something that I'm just going to be putting money in there, and it's going to be buying real estate, and I'm just going to keep it long term and hope my money grows very, very well between those times. So that's all I want to talk about in these videos, guys. If you guys did like the videos in any way, please kill that like button, guys. Subscribe and share it to your friends. And also, if you guys want to help the channel out a lot, use all those links down below to sign up with Robinhood, Acorns, and Fundrise. You will get rewarded if you guys sign up for those twice. You'll get a reward from Robinhood, Acorns, and Fundrise, and then you'll get a chance to win a reward from me, an $800 stock. So I'm telling you guys, that's nothing bad at all. Also, guys, once we hit 6,000 subscribers, you will be entered to win a free stock, and that stock will be Apple. So every time I hit 1,000 subscriber mark, like 6,000, then 7,000, then 8,000, I'm going to be doing Apple stock giveaways. So stay tuned for that. Stay subscribed, and you'll be notified when that happens. But thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and before I end, just know that I'm switching my platform to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't have more time to do that, to do more videos every day, so I'm just going to be doing it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So thank you guys. Peace out.